Oh, hello. Didn't see you there. I was just knitting, oblivious to the fact that I was in front of a camera. Yeah. Anyway, my name's Evelina, and I'm here today as a member of the Project for Awesome to talk about the International Gay and Lesbian Human Rights Commission, a charitable organization founded in 1990 to combat homophobia and sodomy laws in Russia primarily, which has now developed to becoming this pretty awesome international group which advocates for the LGBTQ community in different countries. So the really great thing about the IGLHRC is that they have region-specific programs. The work done depends upon the needs of the people being oppressed. So in countries and communities which actively condemn and punish non-heterosexual, non-cisgender relationships and identities, they have crisis response policies which allow them to provide emergency relief and to put pressure on the establishments and individuals responsible for the injustices. So they also provide training sessions in some communities which better equip local LGBTQ advocates to resolve problems and address injustices, which is really brilliant because often you just have this sort of savior mode where people come in and they try to do something and then they leave and it doesn't really have any effect because it's not equipping the people who have to deal with this on a daily basis living in these places. They have region-specific programs, they do work depending on the needs of the oppressed people. So for example, in countries and communities which actively condemn and punish non-heterosexual, non-cisgender relationships and identities, they have a crisis response policy which allows them to provide emergency relief and to put pressure on the people who are condemning non-heterosexual behaviors. They've got a 4-step program, so they advocate for the elimination, so number 1, advocate for the elimination of discriminatory laws, policies, and practices. 2, support the enactment and implementation of anti-discrimination laws, policies, and practices. Policies and practices, yay! 3, strive to reduce family, community, and state-sanctioned violence. Anyway, and 4, that was really off, actively promotes economic, social, and cultural rights. So the first thing is to affect change at a legal level so that at least if you're not protected under the law, you're not actively prosecuted. The next step is to support the enactment of anti-discrimination laws because you need to protect people as opposed to just not allowing people to actively imprison them. So the legal structure has an obligation to protect citizens as well as to not harm them. Then it's a matter of affecting social change in the attitudes of people living in these places because you can change laws and still have extremely stigmatized ideals. You can still have people essentially, why is my knee up there, being discriminated against in their everyday life, even if legally they have all the same rights as heterosexual people. Another thing is that, in addition to addressing the rights and needs of LGBTQ individuals, they also talk about women's rights and they promote the rights of pretty much every oppressed minority in any place. It's really cool. Okay, so basically this is a really brilliant organization. They advocate for LGBTQ rights, they have region-specific programs, and I would definitely recommend donating to them. My video sucks and I'm sorry, but it's definitely worth it, even if I'm not. So, in conclusion, have an awesome Project for Awesome day, and DFTBA.